Hi, Dr. Liz here, and I thought I would make a video for adult children of narcissistic parents talking about healing. So I just did a series on the different types of narcissistic mothers, okay? And I realized that in most of them I talked about that it's important to heal this area of your life, but perhaps you didn't watch any of this, okay? I want people to know that there's hope. So this is a specialty area of mine. I love working with children of narcissistic parents. I had a narcissistic mother myself. I had to work through that and do a lot of deep healing. And that means like over, 10 or 15 years I did that healing. That's not a one-shot thing. It's different therapists and did different pieces and learned a whole lot along the way. So healing really is possible. Okay? Healing meaning that inside you feel worthy and whole, complete, worthy of love, worthy of relationship, worthy of a good relationship, because often as children of narcissistic parents, they'll grow up and they'll get into pretty awful relationships, and then they'll think, what is going on here? I had a narcissistic parent, and I certainly didn't want to marry one, but they often end up married to a narcissist. That was my first marriage. I was married to a narcissist. He's still narcissistic. And it was a pretty miserable marriage. And then that came to an end, and I did an even deeper level of healing around this, because it is important to do that work, okay? You often grow up accepting crumbs as a child of a narcissistic parent, because that's what you got. You either got it physically or emotionally, crumbs, right? Like you didn't get the full loving care of an attentive parent. Now, often narcissists will marry very caring people, okay, because they need the strokes from the partner. They're not going to marry another narcissistic partner typically, okay? Occasionally you'll get into like the addicted mom or addicted dad category where they're marrying just awful people that are also addicts. Sometimes that will happen, but typically a narcissistic parent is going to marry someone who is caring and loving, is going to take care of them, because that's their whole goal in life, is to get taken care of. So sometimes you'll have another parent who does the good work of parenting. That was my father. He was a very good father, but you're getting half, right? So you're still learning these patterns of the narcissistic parent, the other one, that you only deserve this much, or what you do reflects on them, or your accomplishments are what it's about, or their sickness, their illness, their neediness is way more important than anything going on in your life, okay? They'll get very demanding about this, and they'll often get mean, demanding. They'll accuse you of not loving them, or they'll get very surface-oriented sometimes, like, oh, nobody knows that you love me, and blah, blah, and you never even mention me. Like, all kinds of stuff can go on here is what I'm saying, okay? Or they never have time for you. They're always rushing off to something. That's very, very common for a narcissistic parent. It's like, oh, I'm just dropping by for 5 minutes, and then boom, they're gone, right? Because they're not truly checking in on you or caring about what you're going through or what you're doing or your children. They're sort of doing their due diligence, or maybe they're getting the wonderful squeals from the grandchildren, like, oh, I love you so much, grandma or grandpa, and then boom, they're off because they got their narcissistic demon fed, okay? Don't quote me on that, the narcissistic demon. That is how it feels like. Actually, you can quote me on that. They got their narcissistic demon fed. People will call these vampires, right? Like emotional vampires is often how they're referred to these days as well. They got the vampire fed. They came in, they fed, they left, right? So you don't really get the attention and care that you need. Anyway, back to the point. This is a very real possibility to help you navigate the relationship with your narcissistic parent, as well as heal on a deeper level and know that you truly are worthy. Okay, you truly do have meaning in this world, mean something, if only to yourself, okay? But chances are you mean a lot to a lot of people. Sometimes children of narcissistic parents will cut off relationships, so they'll only let them go to a certain level. They won't let them go deeper. And they'll feel this. They'll feel like lack of depth in their life, and that doesn't really feel good. And they'll often wish they had deeper relationships, but that's pretty scary for them. So part of healing is saying, yeah, okay, it's okay to have deeper relationships. It's okay to be vulnerable, and identifying people who are safe to do that with. So that's a big aspect to healing, is being able to see someone who's safe, whether that's a friend or a lover, okay? Being able to see whether this person is safe and is going to support you and love you and not put you down and not abuse you and not, suck up all the goodness in the relationship and leave you with nothing, right? So if you want to find out more about that, you can see more at my website, drlizhypnosis.com. I also run the Anxiety Clinic Hollywood and the Insomnia Center Hollywood. I love working with all of those areas, and I love this area and really helping people transform their relationship with themselves, with their partners, with their friends, with life, as well as navigate their relationship with their narcissistic parent. Okay, whatever that looks like. All kinds of possibilities there. All right, have a wonderful week. Peace.